Okay, let's look at some of the basic types of tags that HTML, not just 5, but HTML uses. Now notice that we do have our template, which are open and close HTML, our head tag, open and close. These are blocked tags or two-sided tags. Same way with our title. Now notice our title, even though it has text in between the open and close, and remember, the slash is the one with the close when there's a two-sided tag. This is what shows up in the title bar. Now I've got one extra tag in here, our script tag, which again is a two-sided tag. It has nothing in between it because its sole purpose is for a script to be pulled in for the use of HTML, and our source is the file modernizer-1.5.js. This is so it will interpret the HTML5 tags. Because remember, HTML5, even though it's been used and it's being used inside web page builders, it's not recognized by all browsers. So we pull in our JS so it will recognize. Now the tags we're looking at here, again, are not HTML5 tags. Here's my two-sided head tag. Again, it's a blocked, and our body. Now anything between the body is what shows up to the user. So let's look at a couple of tags here. Now you already know what a block tag is. Another tag that's blocked would be something like what we would call a heading tag. It is an H, and it's some number 1 through 5 being the size and bold. The smaller the number, the larger the size. So let's say that on here between my H3, I want to put this is the start of the page. And I've got to remember to close this. Remember, we don't want to overlap any two-sided tags. For instance, if I want the word start to be in bold, I can use the block tag B. Now I must close this bold before I close the H3. Remember, we're working from the inside out. Now let's look at an open tag. An open tag, like an HR or horizontal rule, allows me to put a line. Now on the HR, since it's an open tag, we'll put the slash inside of this tag, meaning that it has no closing like the blocked. The HR is an open tag. Now let's do another type tag. So let's do something like a line break. Now, the line break is again an open tag, and it's like hitting a carriage return. So if I want to put something out here, this is line 1, and I want a carriage return before the next line, I can do a BR tag for a break. But again, since it has no closing, the slash goes inside the opening tag. And let's put this as line 2. Okay, now if I type anything below the word 2, it will be on the same line unless I do a break. So these are two types of tags. Now let's look at a third major component. Something like a bullet list. And we're just going to do a simple bullet list. This is a nested list, meaning it has a parent and child, or a main and a sub, but they must work together. So let's say that I want an unordered list versus an ordered list. The ordered list is numeric, unordered is not. So I tell it what type of list it's going to be, And then for each LI, and again, these are blocked, but they're a nested blocked. So I can put this in here. And I can keep going for every bullet. And I could, just for time's sake, copy those and just change the content. So the LIs are the children, or the nested part of the parent or main UL. So that means I need to make sure and close my UL. And again, notice how all the information is indented within the area. You don't have to indent a lot. 3 spaces is enough, but just so that it's easier to read. So let's look like what this is going to look like. I'll save as, and I can save this anywhere I want. But I just have a name on it. Just make sure it has an HTML or an HTML's extension. Now when we see this, again, we're going to view it through a browser. Again, I'm using Crimson for this. View in browser. And when it comes up, this is what it looks like. Now remember, this is the HR tag. It goes all the way across the page. The BR's at the end of each one of these lines. This is a different size and it's bold because of the H3. And then here's our bullets. Just some simple tags, but a lot of our formats of other tags fit this. Again, we have blocked or two-sided. We have an open tag, no ending, there's a slash, and we have nested tags with parent-child. Continue on.